Welcome to Late Night with Walter. Please subscribe to my channel, leave your thumbs up, leave your questions for tomorrow night, and please leave your comments. Y'all, if you leave a question tonight, I will answer it in tomorrow night's video. The questions that I'm answering tonight will be from last night's video. Y'all, one thing I got to tell you, the what I had for dinner thing, won't be putting that on here no more. I got a lot of hate for last night's what I had for dinner. I didn't know it was a bad thing that I'm able to take my wife out to dinner. But yeah, that part is gone. I guess some people thought it was being insensitive to talk about what we had to eat. But if I can't talk about what we have to eat, that means I probably can't have a cooking channel, because the food that I'd be cooking, we would be eating it. Go figure. Y'all, I'm sorry about the contest that I normally have on Sundays. I just pure forgot all about it. But I'm going to make it up to y'all. And I will make it up as long as you keep watching this show all the way through tonight. You'll find out how I'm going to make it up to you. Okay, story time. It's not really a story time. It's bits and pieces of information that you need to know if you're going to have an online business. And I want to tell you how it pertained to my business that I had in producing other people's music. Okay, working with other people. It don't matter how good you know them. The better you know them, the closer they are to you, the more this is important. Do not take them on their word. And what I mean by that, if they tell you they want to do something, don't do it until the bottom line is signed. Don't do it until they pay. Because like in the music business, a lot of people's aspirations are a lot bigger than their wallet. This happened to me when I was recording and producing other people. I had a guy, I've known him for years, best of friends. He wanted to do a CD, so we recorded his CD in my studio. I produced it. I paid to get it printed, packaged, everything. I paid for his rack cards, I paid for the artwork, I paid for everything. I even got him some business cards. Come time to pay, he didn't have the money. I still got all of his stuff. I think maybe I'm going to start selling it, because he was very good and a lot of people liked him. He was an Elvis impersonator. This CD that I made for him is not an Elvis type CD, it's a gospel CD. But I may try to recoup my money because he left me owing me a lot of money on that project. Promoting other people. Again, if somebody wants you to promote them, help sell their product, make sure it's fine-tuned what they're going to pay you. Because if you sell their product, they're going to say, no, I didn't agree to that. Well, get it in writing up front, no matter how good you know these people. No matter what you do for anyone, if you do a project for someone, get paid up front, or else you will not get paid most times. And like I said before, aspirations most of the time are bigger than wallets. Okay. Promoting people, producing other people's work. I'm going to tell you a little bit what I've done. I had a full-fledged recording studio in my house. When I got sick, I sold all my equipment because I knew the business was over. But local bands would come in and record their CDs. And I would do anything they wanted me to do. I would just record them and let them have the music file, and they could do it, the rest of it from there. Or I could make their CDs, I could do their artwork, their packaging, everything, and I could promote them. I had a a menu list of things I could do for them, and they just pick and choose what they wanted me to do. I did that business probably 5 years, and I probably had 5 real good customers that came back many times. It wasn't a business that I could actually pay all my bills and everything, but you know, everything adds up, so that it really helped. But yeah, this pertains to any type of business, not just recording, not just promoting, any type of business. If you've got a product and you're selling it, that's one thing. I mean, you're going to get paid up front. But also, if you're doing a project for someone, get paid up front, or either get a deposit and get it in writing, because you may have to take them to court. I had nothing in writing because he was such a good friend. I found out real fast. Friends and families will screw you before anyone else will, because they know they'll get away with it. Okay, I alluded to something last night at the end of last night's video about what I'm going to be doing after the first of the year. This is still going to be here. The music channel will still be there. But this is something else that I want to start, and I think I need to start this. I've tried several times and I stopped out of fear. But this time I'm going to go ahead and get it done. Y'all, I'm not ready to reveal what it is yet. I think a lot of you probably has a pretty good idea. But I know I'm going to get a lot of hate from it, a lot of negative remarks about it. I can take it. I'm going to do it. But that's coming January 1. I'm going to have that start. Okay, before we get into the questions and answers, how I'm going to make this up to y'all for missing yesterday's contest. I just forgot all about it. I think I'm going to move the contest to the late night show. The reason being, I don't want to sound too negative when I say this. The people that's on this late night show are the people that really supports me, and the people that's got my back, I feel like, anyway. So I think I'm going to move that contest to this show, and I'm not even going to talk about it on the other shows. Now, those people coming in for stimulus, they're going to subscribe long enough to be in that contest. So I want this to be for us. So it's going to be on the late night show, and it's starting tonight. I want y'all, the prize this week is going to be $50. I will send it to your PayPal if you got one. If you don't have one, I will send it to your home address in the form of a personal check. But the prize will be $50. Am I going to tell you what I want you to do now, or am I going to wait a little bit longer? Okay, I'll tell you now. Y'all comment, ask your questions, but also comment, what is the worst job you ever had in your life? And I will pick the one that I think would be the worst if I had it. If I had to be in your shoes, which one would I think would be the worst? That's how I'm going to pick the winner. And I'll announce the winner on tomorrow night's show. But yeah, from now on Sundays, I'm just doing it tonight because I missed it yesterday. But from now on Sundays, it will be on the late night show. I hope that makes it up to y'all. And there's fewer people that watch the late night show, so your chances of winning is a lot greater. Okay, questions and answers. Let's get into it. Maureen Milliken. I hope I got that last name right, Maureen. Y'all please forgive me if I get your last names wrong. I'm not the best speller in the world. What was my most favorite meal in my restaurant to make? And what was my favorite meal that customers bought the most of? Whew, something got in my eye. I'm sorry about that, y'all. Okay, my favorite meal to make, I called it the pig. What it was a big pork steak, a link of pork sausage, pulled pork, and there was something else. Pork steak, sausage, pulled pork, baked beans, coleslaw, and Texas toast. That was a lot of food. On those pork steaks, it was huge. It was all barbecued, and that was my favorite meal to cook. It was enough food for 2 people. Easy. Very easy. 2 people could eat that. And it was like $9.99. The plate that was most ordered was the barbecued spaghetti. If y'all have never had barbecued spaghetti, oh, it's so good. I'm going to tell you how to make it right now. Make spaghetti like you normally would. Instead of opening a can of ragu or whatever, pour some KC Masterpiece in there. And then put some little Sizzler sausages in there. And heat it all through together. Whoo! That is good. Barbecued spaghetti. People went crazy over that. The kids just went gaga over it. Don't turn your nose up at it yet. Try it. You'll love it. You'll probably never want regular spaghetti sauce again. Judy Welch asked, how is my wife doing? She is doing very good. Whoo! Driving me crazy, keeping the road hot. Sherry Duggan says she is happy I'm not taking the music channel down. Sherry, whether that channel ever gets another view or not, whether it ever gets another subscriber or not, I will never take that channel down, because that was the biggest part of my life. So yeah, that channel will always be there. Thank you for that comment. Robin King said she would like to find my food channel. Robin, the name of my food channel is Chef Walter Weyburn. It is in the description box below every video. Leah M. asks, will I be cooking on the other channel? I don't know. It's up in the air what I'm going to do with that channel right now. If I did cook on it, I would probably get a lot of hate because I'm eating good food. She asked, did she miss the giveaway yesterday? Yeah, Leah, you did. I did too. But I think I just made it up to y'all. Linda Williams asks, have we ever been to Arkansas? No, I've never been there. Maybe one day. Dolly asks if I would post the website to the stun guns. It's in the links on every one of my videos. Just go to the description box, hit show more, the description box will pop open and it's in there. Mega B asks, have I ever met Little Richard? No, I didn't, but I do have a story to tell you. When I was a kid, I had an album of Little Richard. I still have the album. It's the size of a 78, if you know what a 78 is. It's smaller than an album, but it is still a full 33 1/3 album. But it's got, I think, 10 or 12 songs on it. I can't remember. But it's an album that came from Germany. I told one of my school teachers about it. He asked, could I bring it to school and let him see it? So I took it to school, showed it to him. And this was probably in the late 70s. He offered me $35 for that album. I didn't take it. I still have that album. And I still wouldn't take it. but it was Little Richard's greatest hits. Donna Kubel, I hope I'm saying your last name right, Donna, asked, did I see her order? Yes, I did, and thank you so much, sweetie. It really helps. Richard Gary asked, have I ever been to Gettysburg? No, I hadn't. I would like to go. Amy's telling me all these places she wants to go. Maybe that'd be a good place for me to go. I really want to go to Mexico, but she won't go to Mexico with me. I've always wanted to go to Mexico. May just go by myself. Sherry Dugan asked, have I ever ate at Olive Garden? She says she loves the salad soup and breadsticks. Anytime I go to Olive Garden, that's what I get. And I get the chicken gnocchi soup. I love that. Sherry Dugan also asked, she thinks it's cool that Mama slipped me her Tom Collins when I was a kid. Yeah, I do too. And it's something I want to tell y'all about that. Mama always let me drink beer when I was a kid, mixed drinks when I was a kid. She always said, she didn't let it get out of hand, nothing like that. But she always said that if she let me have it now, the curiosity wouldn't be there when I grew up, and I wouldn't want it as much. I don't know how she came up with that analogy, but it must have worked, because I probably drink one beer every 6 months now. I never was crazy about it. Happy 3480 asks, have I ever been to Oklahoma? No, I hadn't. Happy. And have I ever talked on a CB radio? Happy. Is this your first time here? Come on, brother. I talk about talking on CB radios all the time. Erica Burton, what's your favorite meal that your wife makes? Puck seal. It is a cut up in small bite-sized pieces pork. It's marinated in vinegar. And when they cook it, they add the vinegar to the pot, soy sauce, onions, and stuff like that, and it goes over rice. Oh, it's so good. I know marinated in vinegar, and then vinegar is part of the soup that goes on it. Don't really sound good, but it is awesome. She bought a pork butt the other day because I told her about it. And I'm not sure, but that may be what she's going to do with it. I hope so. Cut it up and make that puck seal. It's a Filipino dish. Okay, Erica Burton also asked, what would I do if I won $1 million? What would I do with it? I answered a very similar question to that night before last, but I'll tell you again what I would do with it. If I had an extra $1 million, I could do anything I wanted to with it. I would find people that really are down on their luck, no hope for a future. I would put them up in a rental house. I would pay their utilities and buy their groceries for a year. But I would also pay for them to go to a community vocational school so they can get a trade. And I would have to see their grades. They would have to keep their grades up, or else the deal's off. But after they graduate from that community trade school, they'll be able to take care of themselves. And I would do this to just as many people as that $1 million would cover. And it should be quite a bit, because, come on, a rental house, I wouldn't put them up in a mansion. It'd be a decent little house, but I should be able to help a lot of people if that ever happened. But we can only hope. Mega B, have I ever met Randy Travis? Yeah, I answered that question the other night. I did meet Randy Travis when he first started. We had a CB club, and it was a weekend thing. All the CB clubs in the area got together and had a big fish fry and cookout. And Randy Travis was the entertainment. He only had one hit on the radio then. And it was just him that showed up. It wasn't a band or nothing like that, but he had his little acoustic guitar, and he stood out under the oak tree and sung some songs, sung his hit, and just hung out with us all day. He blended in just like everybody else would. But he was wearing that brown leisure suit, you know. In the 70s, those leisure suits was all the rage. Jamie Bryson asks, will you have CD bundles? Just got through talking about CBs. Okay, music CD bundles. Jamie, I have thought about that, and I just might do that. Keep checking back in the next few days. I think I may come up with something like that. Danny Fletcher asks, where do I find my CDs? It's in the links below this video in the description box. Just check it out. It's there as my music website. Brianna B asks, do I have any photos of me with my black hair and black sideburns in my Elvis impersonation days? I don't know if I do or not. If I do, they're packed away. Maybe one day when I have time, I'll try to find them. Richard Gary asks, what's your favorite fruit? My favorite fruit is green seedless grapes, and I like them cold out of the ice box. When you put it in your mouth, you crunch down on it. I like that crunch that you get from it. Richard Gary also asks, have I ever ate monkey? I gotta explain this one. Monkey. I think he's talking about monkey brains. I'm not sure. I have never ate monkey, and I never will. My wife has never ate monkey, and she never will. We both think it's gross. But her daddy has told me many stories about when he was a young kid out hunting. He would hit a monkey in the head and right there on the spot eat the brains. That was just too gross for me to handle. No, that's just nasty. Nancy Morgan asked, do I like liver and onions? Who do I ever? Let me tell you how I like liver and onions, though. A lot of people like them smothered in gravy, and I like that too. And I mean, I think you're talking about beef liver. I love chicken livers. I love beef livers. Beef liver is my favorite. A lot of people like it smothered in gravy and onions. I like it. I like that. But the best way that I like it is just fry it dry in a skillet, just like you would a steak. Saute onions and put over it, and take some Heinz 57 steak sauce and put over that. That's a meal right there. I love that. On my first job, I was at the time I was cook at Days Inn restaurant in Pensacola. I cooked that for myself probably about 3 times a week. Julie Robrick asked, did I watch Hee Haw back in the day? Yes, I did. I love Hee Haw. And if I ever missed it, I just picked up the telephone and called BR549, and Junior Samples would tell me what I missed. Julie, I loved Hee Haw. And do you know who their first guest star was? Conway Twitty. Sherry Dugan said, don't put myself down talking about I'm fat and ugly or whatever, or my Halloween costume or something like that. I'm not sure what she's talking about, because I've said stuff like that many times. But Sherry, I'm not putting myself down. I'm just having fun. I'm just joking. Larry King asks, how much is my CDs? Larry, they're $14.99 each, and that includes shipping. Julie Robrick asks, do I like Charlie Pride? Julie, I talked about Charlie Pride the other night, so I'm not going to get deep into it. I love Charlie Pride. And I love singing his music back when I could sing. And by the way, I want to tell y'all too, the other night I felt like maybe I could sing. That's the thing. Sometimes I can sing, sometimes I can't. Most of the time I can't. So if I'm going to sing in public, I have to be able to sing all the time. It can't be that hit or miss stuff. But the other night I felt good, so I got my soundtracks out. I sung about 6 or 7 songs before it started hurting. And in my mind, I don't know, but in my mind it sounded pretty good. So maybe one day, if the good Lord's willing. I just can't do that hit or miss. Tonight I can sing, tomorrow night I can't. I can't do that if I want to do it for the public. Pat Smith asks, why do I down myself? Everyone can't be skinny. I thought somebody else just asked that. Did I already answer that? Oh well, Pat, I might have got the questions mixed up a little bit. Pat, I'm not downing myself, I'm just joking. But now, when I was sick, I lost 98 pounds in 3 months. Because I had a feeding tube. I couldn't eat, I couldn't even drink water. The doctor said he expects me to lose 50 pounds. He didn't want me to lose no more than that. I lost 98 pounds in 3 months. I almost died. But when I started getting well, I felt so good without that extra weight. And now since then, I've put 50 of those pounds back on. They need to come off. I'm starting to feel it. Avis Swoop asks if I like Loretta Lynn. I love Loretta Lynn. Is there anybody in the world that don't like Loretta Lynn? If they don't, they need to get their hearing checked. I love Loretta Lynn. David Logan asked, do I think Joan Cotner sounds like Elvis? I'm sorry, David, I've never heard of him. I have no clue of who he is. But I will tell you what I think about most Elvis impersonators. They overdo it. I'm not saying all of them does, and this guy may be very good, but most of them overdo it to the point that it's almost comical. Like the slur in Elvis's voice when he sings, they way overdo that. Or the movement, they way overdo it. But still, they're keeping his memory alive, so that's what they're supposed to be doing, right? Okay, y'all. Once again, tonight's contest, $50. Tell me the worst job you ever had. I will pick the one that I would think that I would hate the most if it was me. And I will announce the winner tomorrow night. And from now on, the contest will be here on the 10 o'clock show. It won't be in the morning show because those people are just here for stimulus. Y'all are here to support me, so I think this is the best place for it. Y'all just know I love you all, and please watch the video that's popping up here now. It would help me with my view count and the algorithm. So please watch this video, help me out. Check out my links, might be something there you want, and just know I do love you all, and we will get through this if we keep our faith in God. I know we will. Ciao.